Well, good morning. Welcome to the Warburton Trail Mark II, and we're leaving Woori Yallock Station and heading, I think, basically west, which means one thing: we're going uphill. We're going to the summit of Mt Evelyn, and I'm with Craig, and it's another beautiful day. We're probably, what, about the 27th, 28th of April? Do we know the date? 28th, according to my man. I'll just move back, you can see Craig. Yeah, we are doing the right thing. Two of us riding, socially distanced, and taking exercise. And all the inclines just starting. Beautifully smooth, this, isn't it? Track's great. Yeah, I had to go to a bit of electric to keep up with it then. Oh, well, we reached our first station. I'm not sure what this one will be. Is this? It's not Seville, is it? Oh, here we go, Killara. They even got the station car park. Oh well, this is also used by horses. In fact, the place we'll end up when we get to the top, it's a coffee shop, and it's got parking for bikes, cars and horses. We enter the forested area. And the gradient cranks up again. Beautiful morning.
Yeah.
And maybe the last of this weather for a day or two. We've got a mega rain system coming over tomorrow, so we'll lose this great weather. Enabled us to do quite a bit of gardening over the last week. Well, we've now reached Seville Station, and a favourite little coffee shop along here called Carriage Cafe. Beautiful for lunches. And while the restaurant might not be open on the way back, we might be able to get a takeaway coffee. My riding partner has got some money. I didn't even think of it. There you go, bit of work activity going on. So here's the Carriage Cafe. Just quickly check out if they've... Yeah, gates open, so I guess they are making coffee. They are making coffee. Oh well, that's good news. Well, we've been doing over 10k now, and yeah, this gradient is relentless, and yes, we've slowed down a bit. And they certainly keep this track in good order, very, very smoothly graded. And more to go, quite a bit more to go. How beautiful this would have been as a narrow gauge railway. So we're at Wandin. And obviously the way it's opened out here, there would have been a few sidings, rail yards. And it looks like the old station house is still in around. Timber building. Hello. Yeah, so well, we've reached a main road. Temperature's still fairly brisk, probably about 15 degrees. We're actually now on the end of the Mt Dandenong range, and yeah, we've still got a little nasty climb to go. Haven't told Craig, but it is actually the steepest part of the climb. But at the moment, we're downhill slightly, very pleasant. And we're actually doing close to 30 kilometers an hour. Hello. Thank you. Dog walker's paradise. Good morning. Good morning. I'm quite sure if this microphone picks it up, but certainly being serenaded by quite a lot of bird life around here. In this forest we have a little bird called the lyrebird. Can mimic lots of sounds. Gradients kicked up again. Beautiful trees, tree ferns. I think we're on the last 4k.
Right. That's right, I think.
I'm afraid it doesn't go any easier now. Yeah, they should have a government health warning on this, not suitable for old buggers like us. Actually engaged Craig to come and do a bit of quantity surveying for my shack building project. Having worked in CSRO developing buildings for harsh weather climates, cyclones, maybe he knows one or two things about that. So I've got Tom and all the experts. what could be better? Beautiful example of our temperate rainforest. And this little cutting would have been quite a challenge to build in the 1800s, late 1800s. Hello. God, he's doing a good job.
Are we there yet?
No. Yeah, he's working pretty hard. Mind you, so am I. Yeah, well, I think we are not far from the top of the hill now. Hello. And from the summit, the trail cuts down to Lilydale. Yeah, I think this is about it. Our final destination. Yep. And the last, not open. The Trail Cafe, Mt Evelyn, and it's closed. And here's our rider. Well, you made it. That is it.
Where do I Mt Evelyn?
There you go, Mt Evelyn.
Hey.
We'll go home.
Mike said that.
Yeah, so do you think you've been working hard? He can't even talk. I tried to interview him and he can't even talk.
That's as good as it gets, right?
Yeah, that was fairly tough at the top, wasn't it? He
Keep going.
You did well. Yeah, for a man who was pulling his tractor apart yesterday, survived drinking copious quantities of red ale last night, and he's alive. And it's all downhill pretty well.
Anytime with you, that's always the case.
All right. Oh well, the good thing about riding to the top of the hill is now you ride down to the bottom. Don't need any electric anymore. Actually, we only use one bar. No, we didn't even use one bar. So we only used about 10% of our battery power. Gradients increased again up to 28. Great place for horses. Good morning. Yeah, it seems a long time since I was out photographing the results of fire. Next project is to maybe drive this bike around the city while there's no people. It'll be very, very odd footage. We're still in lockdown apparently for another 2 weeks, maybe longer. Australia's current situation is definitely pretty good. The number of new infections each day is only 2-3 people. They seem to have quashed all the main cells. Last one was in Tasmania in a hospital. Total number of deaths in Australia is still under 100. I think we're about 85. New Zealand's probably doing even better. They locked down a week before we did. Yeah, of course, the whole COVID thing has got a lot of controversy. We've just started with an app on our phones that positions us with people of contact. Helps them to trace people if someone actually gets the virus. They've increased the number of testings now. I noticed this morning they're going out with mobile testing units. building industry has been at work the whole time, so that's the first target. They're going around building sites and doing random testing to see how effective it is when people are actually working and coming into contact with people. I think on the whole the politicians have been pretty good. Don't expect them to get it all right because there was no real plan. Maybe you should say that we should have had a contingency plan. Biggest problem, like everywhere, not enough supplies of personal protective equipment, and of course having a hospital plan so that they can deal with the people. Hello, 30 kilometers to Warburton. About 12:15 to our car park at Woori Yallock. Oh, well, almost starting to smell the coffee. One good thing with this bigger bike, it's got great fat tyres, very comfortable, and it's dual suspension. And I did buy it with a purpose of being a good solid platform to take video off. Playing around with a little microphone. Actually it's a Rode microphone built in Australia, very small, and just interested to see if it copes with the wind noise. It's probably about a metre from my hand, from the microphone to my mouth, so hopefully some reasonable sound quality. The camera is a Sony action camera with inbuilt stabilisation. Quite small, wide angle, and a really amazing little bit of technology. And I can operate it with my gloves on, which is really good. Switch it on and off. Because it's been good weather, been a lot of severe pruning this year. Had a pole saw out cutting some high limbs off trees, and Saturday night had an amazing bonfire. Actually cooked a meal outside, got a campfire going and cooked a piece of lamb. Not patelsa, of course, vegetarian lady. Craig's made it. I'm glad he remembered to bring some money. The reward is a beautiful coffee and lovely surroundings, and my ugly mate Craig.
And he says that because I got the muffin.
Yeah, well, you see, he's on this sugar diet, and I'm on the fat diet, so he had a carb overload going up that hill. Poor bugger.
Underload.
Yeah, he was underload all the time. Underload, yeah, that's right. Anyway, cheers, mate. That was a good.
Enjoy.
Yeah. This view. Oh well, nearly the end of the ride now, and it has been a much more joyous return than the anguish going uphill, but a great ride, and blue sky makes it great. and a cup of coffee. Feel fantastic. Thank you, Craig. And we've got an afternoon of, well, for me, back to finish the garden off before it rains for 2 days or 3 days. Made the most of it. The end.